Alright, well, now we're going to watch the game. You've got CadenZa spawning the top left as the red Zerg, going up against femFx.Guilly, the pink Protoss in the bottom right. And we're going to have a nice good look, have fun. We're going to just have a simple game on Entombed Valley. Nice, strong macro position, spawning, cross spawn. So this is going to be curious to see what the builders are going to be at the start for both players, especially Guilly.
I'd like to see a little more aggressive play out of Guilly.
Definitely. That would really be smart. And it seems like Guilly will be going for a Forge Expand, which can be tough on this map. It's very hard to get a solid wall off against like an early Ling Roach push from the Zerg. And if that's going to be exploited by CadenZa, then I'm kind of nervous for Guilly. But then the fact that Guilly got the Nexus so late in the last game would actually end up benefiting her in that situation on this map, because then she would have a better wall off in time for the push from CadenZa. But that means CadenZa would have to do that push in order for Guilly to have that kind of lead.
Of course. Alright, so she already scouted the top right corner. Notice she wasn't there, so she's gonna get this next scout in.
And there
What's Zerg doing? Going for that expansion.
Yeah.
How do you feel about hatchery before pool?
Against Protoss Forge fast expanding, it can be very vulnerable to getting cannoned, especially on this map. Something that I've seen Hasuabs do before is throw down right behind these top mineral patches just a pylon or two to fully wall off, and you can completely lock in a photon cannon from getting any kind of melee attacks against it, which would then basically shut down this hatchery until roaches could come out, or queens or a spine crawler could attack from the high ground. But that would allow for some great pressure from Guilly if Guilly realizes as her forge is done, but she's cannoning her own natural, and we actually have
Double expo?
That's that
before spawning pool.
Yeah, that is.
This is very greedy.
If Guilly just threw down one pylon, one cannon.
Guilly,
Oh.
cannon. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh man.
And there's Guilly throwing down her next set of natural.
This is such a greedy build.
And it's gonna pay off because Guilly's doing nothing to punish it. Absolutely nothing.
That's the one biggest mistake you can ever do when you're versus a Zerg player. Actually, versus anyone, is letting them take that advantage and not punish them for doing something really greedy.
Yeah, and honestly, the worst part is look at the vision of Guilly. No idea that third went down. I mean, there's no reason to really expect something like that, because that is completely atypical. But if Guilly had just run around the main a little bit and seen the lack of a spawning pool, then something should have cued her into the fact that there's
oh, she has no defense. Let's harass her.
Yeah.
I completely agree. However, the time for that is going further and further.
Yeah, Guilly's not even walling off her natural. At the very least, she'd be throwing down one kind of pylon just to make sure that this is actually a one zealot wide choke if you're going to leave that opening. But there we see the natural is just not completing for Guilly, and we already have 3 bases out for Zerg.
Yeah. So what is our Zerg player doing? Right now, just macroing up.
Yeah. But look, it's 26 drones to 24 probes, so already CadenZa has a lead. Normally, in this kind of situation of Forge Fast Expand versus a Zerg player doing normal things, the Protoss has the lead in the workers for another minute or two at minimum, and then Zerg all of a sudden starts to kick in what's their normal like 5-minute third base as opposed to the 3 hatches before the spawning pool. So this is interesting.
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Alright, so Speedlings, that's in research right now, if I can learn to talk. It's about halfway done. And Warp Gateway is about the same place too. It's about halfway.
Yep. So we have Guilly putting down another Ropo, so it's actually a very similar build. which I think is actually really good. Because if Guilly has a build planned out like this, with some nice similarities, then this is a practice thing that Guilly knows how to use. Even if it's a little atypical, if it works for her, I would love to see some aggression out of this. Maybe with a Warp Prism or an Immortal or something like that, just to put a little bit of pressure on CadenZa, because as of right now, CadenZa is got 7 drones in the production and has way surpassed Guilly's probe count.
Now, we do see that CadenZa is going to go for the really heavy roach pressure. So, hopefully, we'll see that Observer come out really fast. Oh, there it is. Gully's working on the Observer, and she's already got an Immortal queued up. So she must be hoping on the same playstyle from the last match.
And hopefully Guilly can land a few more good force fields. That is the thing. She only had 1 sentry in that last game, but she did put down a very nice force field with it. So if she can extend that to a couple sentries, she can probably hold out for a good bit. There's going to be a huge influx of roaches from CadenZa.
Oh, look at this. CadenZa's
there's all
Overlord. Straight into the main.
And now your 2 stalkers from Guilly are going to be able to kill this off. But I mean, right now we see all of these gases taken. We could easily see Mutas in a second. CadenZa's about to finish her lair there. That is now done. But 200 is obviously available, and the gas is stockpiling up. This is showing a huge intention of going Mutas. But where's the Spire? There's no roach speed.
That's a good question.
There's no roach speed yet or anything.
And there it is, as well as an Infestor Pit.
That's a little odd, but the Spire's going down with it, but we might see really fast Broodlords, actually.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I think we might see a transition of Mutas and then Broodlords, because normally if you're going to go straight from Broodlords like this, you throw down the Spire right when you start your Hive, because they have such a similar build time, that you can basically just time it so that, alright, my Spire is now done, and my Greater Spire can morph, and while Greater Spire is morphing, you build in Corruptors, and then when Corruptors pop out, you have a good set of Broodlords. And the thing is, Guilly has no real answer to Broodlords right now. She has Stalkers, but Blink has not even started yet.
Well, to make matters worse, we see CadenZa taking an even further advantage. She's taking her 4th now. Meanwhile, Guilly is still on 2 base. Oh, is she gonna take a 5th? She's gonna take a 5th, I think.
I think
so. She just opened that up. Oh my goodness. And there's no way she's gonna be able to deal with this army. That's quite a few roaches and lings.
Yeah. The +1 care base is also about to complete, so Zealots, even if they had the +1, then they might be able to do some attacking that would be effective against the lings, but I don't know. Blink is also just started, so that's not going to be in time for this push, and yeah, it's a double expand. That is obnoxious and powerful. Let's look at the food counts. 153 to 92.
Oh my goodness.
And it's not even a full wall off or anything. And I think that was just seen by CadenZa. Yeah, CadenZa sees the wall, and also the lack of rocks. CadenZa may just hit from the left.
No, she's checking for a 3rd. And yeah, there's the 5th.
Yeah, so.
For CadenZa.
Yeah, but still no Hive Tech. And we do have a Hydra Den out too. No tech is really being used yet, which is shocking. By the way, we could easily have 17 Mutas being produced in the next minute. Just so you know. Just so you guys realize the fact that there's... Actually, no, make that 18 Mutas. But now we're watching 7, 11, 13 Mutas on the way now. Now we're at 17. Yeah.
There you go, you called it. There you go. That's how you know when somebody spends a lot of time in the game. They know all the numbers.
Yeah.
I meant that in a positive way.
I take that in a positive way. I'm just hoping everybody else is also taking that in a positive way.
Oh my gosh, no. CadenZa's 200 of 200.
And Guilly's going for Void Rays.
Guilly's at 121 out of 124.
Guilly's just now taking her 3rd.
Oh.
Oh.
I hope she watches this replay later.
And the Mutas. The 17 Mutas.
Mutas!
Wow.
I love Mutas.
They're
so awesome.
I'm Protoss, so I don't agree with you.
Oh, I'm a Zerg player.
I know.
Gotta love the swarm. Here they come.
And there's Void Rays. Void Rays. Oh. This is going to be an interesting battle, to say the least.
I'm calling it right now. Something's gonna die.
Really? Oh, hey, look, something died. You called it correctly. Oh, there's going to be a lot of things dying in a second, though. Oh, and
so I like the fact that CadenZa is actually working really hard to try and stack up these mutas and do damage to one group, one unit, all at once.
yeah, oh, and,
Much easier in StarCraft 2 than it was in StarCraft Grid War.
yep. Alright, so now we're just watching this is actually very nice control. I'm actually kind of impressed right now by CadenZa. Only lost 2 mutas so far, and they've done so much damage. Look at the food count for CadenZa versus Guilly. Guilly's been trying to go up, but has just been losing so much. We're having the Stargates almost being taken down, but now they're going to go ahead and looks like the mutas will be retreating. But the Roaches are attacking the front as well, so we're going to see a nice attack here. The Moral is doing some nice damage, but that's going to go ahead and die as soon as the mutas are now going to push in and continue wreaking havoc on that probe line. Two nice.
That was actually a decent force field.
Yeah, it definitely was, but now those Zealots are going to be trapped, and looks like CadenZa's going to sacrifice of those Roaches. The mutas are still happily wailing away. Quite happily. They're kind of just wrecking the face of Guilly at the moment. The Stalkers are going down to mutas quite efficiently. Now we have a Guardian Shield here, that's going to help. But CadenZa only has 10 mutas left now. Guilly, 4 Stalkers, and GG.
GG.
So Guilly's going to be locked down to the losers bracket, and CadenZa is going to move on some more in the winners bracket. So good job, both players.